today they will be auctioning off two of his most famous paintings to curate funding for the National General Hospital here in Sri Lanka. And now I'm with Dr. Arjuna Fernando, who is the CEO of the Stroke Support Organization of Sri Lanka. Hi, Doctor.
Hi.
All right, so tell me a little bit about the Stroke Support Organization. What exactly is it?
Yeah, it is an organization set up approximately 5 years ago to help patients with their recovery, with social reintegration following the stroke. So there's a lot that happens from discharge to social integration. So the SSOSL, or the Stroke Support Organization, is an organization aimed at accelerating that process. Yeah.
All right, so what is the affiliation of the Stroke Support Organization with Revive?
Yeah, we are basically partnering with the JP Foundation to raise funds in order to help Ward 16 of the National Hospital. Ward 16 houses the stroke unit of the National Hospital. So it is something very close to all stroke survivors. So they all in unison, they agree to support any cause that will raise funds to help Ward 16.
That is a really wholesome cause. Thank you so much. I'm now with Aurelia Collard, who is the cultural attaché at the Embassy of France here in Colombo. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Lovely meeting you. I have to say you have fantastic energy and you're so bubbly.
Thank you very much.
All right, so I want to ask you about your role as a cultural attaché and, of course, the relationship between the Embassy of France and the Jayantha Premachandra Foundation. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, so I work at the cultural service of the Embassy of France. So we oversee kind of the cultural projects that take place between French and Sri Lankan artists. And of course, Jayantha Premachandra being a Sri Lankan artist that has lived in France, it meant total sense for us to kind of support this initiative and this foundation.
All right, so I'm really curious to find out now. It has been over 33 years since we had seen the work of the late Jayantha Premachandra. What has it been like being possibly the first cultural attaché to take control of something like this?
Well, it all came from Nilanka, who actually wanted to take this initiative forward and to revive, as it's the sole purpose of this event, to revive the legacy of Jayantha Premachandra. So she came up to us, and initially it came as an exhibition. She wanted to do an exhibition, and we're trying to see how we could put it forward. And then with the accident of her mother, it was also something like a spark for her to launch this new initiative, to do first an art auction before taking it forward in the form of an exhibition, which we hope to do as well, and we'll be of course there to support her and to be supportive in this.
So lastly, I want to know, now today they are only auctioning off two of his paintings, and chances are there will be more events and there will be more activations around the great Jayantha Premachandra. Do you wish to be a part of that as well? Is the embassy planning on?
Yes, of course. We'll be always there to support and to support the legacy of Jayantha Premachandra, and Nilanka's foundation is doing a marvelous work to do so, and we'll be in any form. There's also the project of a catalog that has been also thought, and we could think of publishing it in France as well, and to do like a collective catalog in France. So there's a lot of different projects that this legacy could take the form of, and we have a lot to contribute to, hopefully.
And I'm excited for that.
Thank you. Us too.
All right, thank you so much. You've been so lovely.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
And now I have with me Randi Nilavira, who is, of course, the granddaughter of Jayantha Premachandra. Randi, can you tell me a little bit about what it has been like to grow up with the legacy of your grandfather?
Actually, I never got to meet my grandfather. He passed away about 33 years ago. But what we're trying to do right now is to revive his art and, make people more aware of all the achievements and make people aware of all his different types of art. So, yeah, right now that's what we're trying to do.
And you were also part of the Jayantha Premachandra Foundation. What exactly is the foundation doing right now?
So as a foundation, we go as a charity foundation, and we would like to obviously serve to more charity organizations and also to promote and support the upcoming artists, Sri Lankan artists actually. And yeah.
That sounds fantastic. I'm hoping that everything works out for the better. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And now I have with me Dr. Sarat who happened to be a close friend of the late Jayantha Premachandra. Can you tell me a little bit about what your relationship was like with Jayantha Premachandra?
I can't really say that I was a close friend, but I knew him and I knew of him because he was one of the younger artists in the 60s who came from Haywood, that is our school of art. And after that he was involved in design, particularly in batik paintings and so on. But I think he really flowered out as an artist after he went to France. You can see in his line, in color and everything, there's an explosion of his, abstract vision. So I would say that he really evolved from the earlier, batik and that culture into something very Western, and he's really one of the exciting artists that we have, or we should be collecting.
Definitely. Do you think that he developed his own art style going forward, or do you think it was a mix of different things that he experienced in his lifetime?
No, most artists evolve as they with the experience, but he had more experiences than an artist who would live out his life in one country, in one home like that, because he was there, then he went to Russia, then he went to Scandinavian countries, and then he lived in France. So of all our artists, he's the one who has had all these influences, varying influences, and that shows in his art.
And speaking of his art, do you have a favorite piece? I know everything is, just incredible to look at, but do you personally have a favorite?
I haven't looked at all those in that great detail, but I'm sure there's going to be an exhibition, and too early for me to say which I like most. But the two paintings that were on offer today, there's been a good demand, so I feel there should be an exhibition where a larger number of people come and see this and enjoy it, and also if they are interested, they can buy it for perpetuity.
Yeah, and I'm hoping the same.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And And now I have with me Nilanka Premachandra, who is the daughter of the late Jayantha Premachandra, who we are celebrating right here at the Golf Face Hotel. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
All right, so tell me, what exactly was the reason behind Revive?
Well, Revive had two objectives. One was to revive Jayantha Premachandra as an artist, who was my father, who passed away in 1988 in Paris. And the second reason was to auction two of his paintings to support the neurological services at the General Hospital, helping the stroke patients. And well, that's it. All this because my father passed away with a stroke, and my mother also suffers at the moment because of a stroke. So I combine both so that I can help the needy people at the General Hospital who come to the General Hospital, and the hospital is in need of a lot of refurbishments, basically. I guess we all can support the cause and help the general public. Actually, it's for the general public. There are a lot of people suffering, lack of space, lack of facilities. So I guess, and the staff of the General Hospital is fabulous. So they're doing a great job. Only thing is that they lack of facilities. So I think it's our duty to help. So this was my way of doing it. So we have auctioned two paintings of Jayantha Premachandra, my father, to support this worthy cause. And I'm sure you will announce the amount for which it went for, and so all the funds will go to help the hospital.
Okay, so I was at this event and it went splendidly, and I found out that you have managed to raise a considerable amount of money. How much is that exactly?
Well, it went over for over $1 million. So I'm so happy, and this is the first time I'm really after 33 years. This is the first time I've given a painting of my father away, because I've been quite possessive about my father's paintings, and but I think this was for the very best of everybody and for a worthy cause. Thank you so much.
Definitely a worthy cause. Thank you so much, and this was incredible.